It is November of 2022, 3 years ago when ChatGPT just came out. Previously, right around at that time, my previous business model. It didn't work out at all, I made no money from it, crashed completely. And a friend of mine was in web development, he is still. And I talked to him at that time. I said, I just crashed my business here, what am I supposed to do now? He said, well, many of the clients that we're talking to, they want to know how to use AI because ChatGPT is this new thing and they want to know how to use it for their business. Why don't you get into AI and learn that, and then you can sell that to these businesses? And because I wanted to make money, I got into that. I learned ChatGPT, and eventually I figured out that you can even build your own chatbots. And I did that, and I wanted to sell them to these businesses, as he told me. But one of the major obstacles I faced was that AI wasn't sounding human enough. People could still tell, okay, this is AI. And this was pretty bad because these businesses knew that as well. And so they didn't want it for their end users. Because obviously, we have this big debate, right? The end user wants personalized human support. They want to have the feeling that they're actually speaking to a human on the other hand, and they want to have their problems in the same on the same hand solved directly and super fast and perfectly. Which brings us to this problem that we as business owners want to save time and support, and we don't want to answer all of the same questions all day long. So how do we balance that we as business owners can still save our time and our users and clients still have the best support possible? I locked myself into a room for multiple months to come up with a solution for that. And I found a pretty good solution, which satisfies everyone. And I want to share this with you today. Quick note on the side, I've just came back from vacation. I've gained a lot of weight, and so I've gone on a water fast. So my brain's not working quite properly right now. I'm pretty hungry and not quite focused. So if at any point I start to stutter or I misspell something or anything happens, just know this is because I'm just losing my fat again, and this in a pretty direct and strict way. Okay, number one is the model we use, right? The AI model. Now, why is that important? This is important because imagine this. You have found a way to cure cancer, and you have this recipe in a Google Doc or on a sheet. And you need to give this recipe to someone who's able to mix this substance, okay? And you're giving this to a toddler. Will the toddler be able to cure cancer with this recipe? No, because he has no idea how to do stuff. He has no idea what the single ingredients are, and he's not really good with his hands yet, right? So no, he won't be able to cure the cancer, even though he has the perfect recipe. Now you give this same recipe to a doctor, right? He's a doctor, he's maybe even a cancer researcher. Will he able to use this recipe to cure cancer? Yes, because he has the context and the fundamental understanding and intelligence of how to do such things and how to navigate through these kind of recipes. Same thing with an AI. You give an AI the information about your company that you want to have it be able to answer questions from to the end users. If this AI model is bad, it won't know what informations are relevant to a user's question, and so it will mess this all up and it will sound like an AI, and it will be bad. Using a better model is like using a PhD doctor, high-end level, superhuman, Superman, right, for this cancer recipe. So we want to use a good model. And there's three ways we can go. The one way is purely conversational. Just make it sound like a human. Don't make it too complicated. We just want to sound human. And the best model for that is the latest Claude version. Then we have the way of, I don't care about if it sounds human or not. I just want it to be extremely precise, and I want to do it perfect so that my end users can autistically, click by click, go through any tutorials on any problems they have, and it will be solved, no matter if it's human or not. And if you want to go that way, then our best option is Grok. Controversial, I know, but Grok doesn't like Elon either, if you're into that. And there's a middle way as well. Yes, I want to have it precise, but I also want to have it more conversational. And that's the classic old ChatGPT. It's not as conversational as Claude. It's not as specific as Grok, but it does the job. I'm a fan of it. I use ChatGPT for all of the bots I built just because it's this nice middle way. So that's the three options: Claude, ChatGPT, or Grok. Cool. And we have the baseline now. Now, let's get to how to make AI sound more human with the system prompt. Okay, Tim, what are you talking about? What is a system prompt? I don't even know what prompting is. First off, prompting is whatever we say in a conversation with an AI. That's our part to the conversation. And just like when talking to humans, we want to have our inputs to the conversation as good as possible. Because depending on that, is the outcome of the conversation if we actually get value from this conversation. And the system prompt is the fundamental views in the analogy of a human that we have of the world. Basically, it's how you raise your AI and what schools of thought you install in that AI. That's the system prompt. This is where we told what is your job, how should you behave, what are some different mannerisms that you should have, what should you do in this situation, what should you do in this situation. And one thing we can do to make this AI really human with the system prompt is just to tell it, imagine you are in a conversation with a friend. Explain everything like you're talking to a friend. Solve everything like you're talking to a friend. If we are a serious business, we can say at this point, like to a colleague or like in a professional relationship, to someone. That's what we should do in a system prompt. Pretty straightforward. Just tell it, you should act like talking to a friend. If you want to have more details on how exactly to prompt, I hopefully remember to put an info card up here with a video of mine where I explained that. If not, you can just search Tim Westerman prompting on YouTube and you should be able to find something. Okay, this is the major part, and we have a bonus step as well. And the bonus step is use something that's called a reprompt, right? A reprompt. Meaning that your user is giving you a prompt, or the AI a prompt, and we want to change this prompt to still get the same direction of outcome, but we want to have the outcome better and more precise than it could be if we had just run these users on their own. And we can do that by, if you're building an N8N or in VoiceFlow or in WordPress or in any other, whichever software you use to build these chatbots, to make a step in between the question from the user and the answer your bot gives with an extra AI, and telling this AI to reprompt the question it has just got to enable a future AI to better solve this problem more precisely. So you have this step where the user asks the question, and you have the step where the AI actually answers, and in between you put a reprompt of an AI and you tell this AI, reprompt this question you just got to make a future AI better at answering the question and to make this more human, more conversational. It's pretty straightforward. It's exactly doing that because AIs know what another AI might need to answer this question better. We can go deeper into this matter, but then this video would be 3.5 hours long, and you don't want to watch this all, given you even want to watch me talk about this stuff for these 8 minutes or what we're at right now. Okay, so that's all we can do. Choose the right model, use a good system prompt, and as a bonus, reprompt the inputs we get from our users. Nice. By the way, if you want to get started on an initial chatbot, really easy. I have something for you that you can just install and then reinstall on your website, and you just have this bot ready like that. The link is the first link below. It's in a school community. Pretty cool stuff. We're talking about how to use AI for business and stuff, and you will be able to get a free chatbot there as well. Everything explained in there. It shouldn't take you longer than 2 minutes to actually set this up on your website. So if you're cool with that, if you think that's awesome to talk with other business owners on how they're using AI in their business and you want to get a free chatbot, first link in the video description. I'll see you there.